assist him, that would be awesome. Looks like we're live. Hey, welcome everyone.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne. Welcome everyone to our awesome mastermind group for Monday, the 5th of July. Happy Independence Day to all of my friends here in the United States. Of course, that was yesterday, and I know a lot of people are off today because it happened on a Sunday, and we demand our day off from work. So actually, I don't have any days off. That's part of being an entrepreneur. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's like every day, like my friend says, who also runs a podcast, Sam Crowley. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Sam Crowley, but his podcast is Every Day is Saturday. And that's how he rolls. In fact, he shoots his podcast or records it in the parking lot of a Dunkin' Donuts every day. Yeah. So much for aesthetics or preparation or studio work or whatever. And he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of listeners. So anyway, here's what we got going on. We've got a big week. I am traveling this week. So just so you know, my availability is going to be a little wacky. I'm going to visit some family. Get ready for this, Gail. Back east.
Uh-huh.
You believe it? I'm going to New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Delaware and Pennsylvania. So where? Delaware. So that's what's going to be going on with me this week. But today, I'm like about to sneeze, like for the last 40 seconds, and it's like not coming. I'm not sure. Hopefully, we could just get past that. What was I looking for here? I am looking for my schedule for today. So let's take a look, you guys. Here's what we got going on today. We're on general session right now. Obviously, we got our hospitality suite open all day. Unless we're actually in session, which we will be again at 3 p.m. Eastern U.S. time with Emma and Neil for our e-commerce work group. So all of our e-commerce people, you can tune in there. They always talk about good topics as it relates to your e-commerce business. Now, tonight, something special is going on. 9 p.m. Eastern. As you all know, we have our book study. And tonight is night number 1 of a book that we've never reviewed together and that I've never reviewed with anyone except myself. And that is my own book, Integrity is Everything, by me. And we're going to do the first 2 chapters tonight. And as if all that wasn't enough, if that wasn't special enough, because it's going to be a little bit weird for me telling you what the author thought when he wrote it. But we're also opening it up to the public. So you guys remember we did a workshop for the Science of Getting Rich. That was like it was a 1-week intensive. We did it like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday. So we just knocked out that whole book. It's a shorter book. Okay. But we knocked it out in 4 sessions with the public and people got a lot out of it. I created a little workbook out of it. We can, do some exercises if people want to have some integrity and put this stuff to use in their life. Imagine that, right? That's a concept. And so anyway, I'm not doing the workbook thing, nor are we going to go intensively through the book, but we're going to do it at our normal pace, a couple chapters a week, which is typical for us. Like we just went through psychocybernetics in 5 weeks. So that's about 250 pages. Okay. So there you go. We're going to run at same schedule. Okay. Integrity is everything. And the public is invited. If you have friends who are interested in being more scholarly and putting principles to use in their life, I'm going to give you a link that you can use for this purpose. You can just invite them. I will put it right here. It's https://JL Success Mastermind.com. Same link that we use for all of it, /books. That's it. That is how you get free access, or you can give people free access to our Monday night book study group. And they'll get access to the recordings as well, which we'll post on the YouTube thing and, yada, yada. All right. In fact, I do see some people on the YouTube thing right now. Hey, YouTube friends, if you want to get in on this, I will put it in the chat. Bam, there it is in the chat. So jlsuccessmastermind.com/books, brought to you by the paying members of the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. Which are some of my favorite people on planet Earth, because you guys are not like part-timers, right? Gail, Sharon, Suzanne's here, Daisy, right? Edward, Ivier, of course, Ivier, right? we're like serious about our own personal growth to the point where we show up here every day, usually live, sometimes recorded. Actually, with summer, it's been slim pickings, right? With timing and hey, we're taking the family to the beach and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that stuff this coming week. So it's going to be. I'll tell you what. Here's my topic for today. My topic for today is keeping it all together while you've got great demands being placed upon you. So some of you know, probably all of you know, yeah, all of you definitely know, I do consulting work, and I've recently accepted a contract with a rather large e-commerce group that is growing like nuts, like holy crap, total explosion. Because people want to make money from home, make money online, learn how to do such things. Many of us met through online business opportunities and methods, plural, right? There's all different, ways that you could approach that. Some are more complicated than others, but they kind of twisted my arm and John, we really need you on this program. This is like awesome group of people. Oh my goodness. So they're selling it. Finally, I bite. And so for the last month or so, I've been setting up, all the stuff that I'm good at, right? So creating like the online events and, coaching and all this. And so, but knowing that I've got these other things that we've booked in advance. I'm going to see my aging family. So how long do you defer that, right? I mean, so we're going, right? That's it. We're going. At significant expense, not just in terms of money, but in terms of time and scheduling and stuff like that, right? So by choice, I left the tribe, so to speak, and went west, and here we are, almost as far away from New Jersey as you can get, right? While still being on the continent. I suppose I could have landed in, Baja or something, but anyway. And so people don't tend to come this far west, right? In fact, what's interesting, and I'm sure some of our friends here can relate to that. Certainly people in the New York City metro area, major cities, Philadelphia, Boston, London, right? So we get this pattern in place. Here's our reality, our comfort area, our community, right? That doesn't necessarily mean we know our neighbors, okay? But geographically anyway, like I've met people who have never left like their neighborhood in Manhattan. Like here's New York City, and within New York City, there's one of the boroughs called Manhattan. It's the main big tall buildings and everything, and then within that borough, which is an island by the way, sandwiched between New Jersey and Long Island, right? There's that little sliver called Manhattan, right? But within Manhattan, we could say here's their village, Greenwich Village, right? Here's their neighborhood, and they've never left Greenwich Village. Like Brooklyn is right across the Brooklyn Bridge. New Jersey is right there. You can see it. And it's like a different world. Okay. So to get people to come and visit me out in Arizona is like a tall order. So anyway, we're going to do the legwork to do that. And it's fun. We're going to take our daughter to the beach and, Six Flags, right? Up in New Jersey, they got Six Flags Great Adventure, which was like the highlight of my life when I was a youth growing up there. Okay. She's never been to a Six Flags before. Insane roller coasters, funnel cake, the whole thing. So, so we're going to do that. We're going to visit the relatives. My brother lives out there. We're going to probably ride some motorcycles. He's also recently taken up shooting, and he would like some, tips on that because he knows that I am pretty adept at that sort of thing. So they got a little gun range out there. Anyway, so we're going to go and we're going to do something that isn't work. But here's what I offer you today. Oh my goodness, I am swimming in work with this contract, not to mention, right? That's like one of the things that I do. I got all these businesses. And so it's easy for me, just like the person who's never left Greenwich Village, let's say, okay, it's easy for me to live in my own little bubble of familiarity. By the way, they may or may not like living in their little neighborhood, but that's all they know. And so similarly, I can cocoon myself and get very comfortable. I mean, down to the minute scheduling sometimes, right? And now it's like, oh, I got to get on a plane. You got to be kidding me. I got to get on a plane. And you guys know that I've traveled last month as well, right? So this is not like a new thing. Oh, John's going to travel for the first time in his life. No, no. Okay. Um, but every time I do this, I've got to discover or rediscover this thing called flexibility. That has not been my strong suit. I think many of you may be more spontaneous and flexible than me. I've been rather rigid. I know a couple other rigid people too on here. So hats off to Mandy and others, but I love you, Mandy. We got so much in common, you know? It's like, no, this is when we do this. Mandy and I went through an entire exercise at length to discover where our time goes. And look, at as rigid as we like to think we are, okay, I'll speak for myself and Mandy. I'm going to include you in this. As disciplined as I like to believe I am, I still piss away time. Oh yeah, it's called white space on the calendar. But here's the point. Now I don't have white space. Now it's like, okay, these are flights, obviously. Okay, this is travel time, which is kind of arbitrary. What's the traffic going to look like? I don't know, right? And then we got to go meet the people with the thing. How long does it take for the luggage to come out? I've got people that want to book sessions with me, right? I need to get on the call. Where am I going to do that from? What internet access am I going to have? Which devices am I going to be using? Are you going to be driving or am I going to be driving? Right? Because I could do this from the road, right? I don't like multitasking. I like to get in my zone. This is my natural habitat right here. Or if it's the hotel room and nobody else is around, that could be my natural habitat. And I like to focus. You see, here's the thing for me. And I know I'm just monologuing right now, but maybe you can find some of this relatable. If I'm working with, let's say, a customer, okay, let's say I was talking right now with Allie, who's one of my favorite people on the planet. Hi, Allie. I see you. And so let's say that she was interested in some solution that, are we still live? Yes. Okay. She was interested in some solution that I offer, right? So Allie, tell me about, what's going on with your problem, right? So she's consulting with me and I have the ability to, offer her a solution, whatever the product or service is. I focus on Allie in this case to the point where like nobody else exists on the planet. It's just me and Allie. Like that's it. Dog could be barking. Now, if it's like barking right in my ear, then I'll go ahead and eject the dog. Okay. But I actually, there was a story of these guys that were in like a sales meeting. This is in Los Angeles, and an earthquake happened and they didn't notice. They didn't notice. Like everybody else is running around and the building was fine and whatever, but they were so engrossed in the process and the consultation and the sales cycle and whatever it was that that was an earthquake. Oh yeah, yeah, right. I've actually experienced that where when I was in LA, some of you know that I lived in LA for 2 years. So I was in our house in Hollywood, and this is when Hollywood was only 80% crazy, not 100% crazy. But water started going like this in the toilet bowl. I happened to be in the bathroom and water was going like this. It was like, whoa, I've never seen that before. I didn't feel it myself, but water was going like this. Huh. Okay. Maybe I was just, sense deprived or something at the moment, but I saw the water doing it. So anyway, I get engrossed and focused, and I would call that a strong suit. I would call that an advantage. An advantage. Certainly, if Allie and I are in a consultation, right, and we're just, I'm focused, I'm confronting, and I'm kind of locked in on what are her needs, what are her wants, what are her desires, right? And can I provide a solution for this person in a way that not only I know it, but that they perceive it as well, right? So then they can what? They can make a decision based on, data and benefits and, what's in it for me, right? So that's what people, now, if I'm distracted, and I think a lot of times people do this, right? They try to multitask, right? And well, hold on just a second. Did you ever had this? You ever had this? Yeah. All right. I'll keep talking. I'm listening to you. Right. And they're texting or something. Really? Really? Okay. Never, ever, ever do that. Right. And if you ever see me do that, you deserve to send me beatings and tauntings, because that is not, no, that is not. Look, we got limited time here on the planet. And if I'm talking with you, I'm talking with you. does that make sense, you guys? So look, anyone who's in the communications business and who isn't, right? I mean, no matter what you're selling, right? So let's say, I know we've got Suzanne here. She's got, fashion, right? And Mandy's got reporting, not to mention e-commerce, right? The products and such, right? And Sharon, who's a teacher, right? That's certainly, you're in the communication business, okay? But no matter what you're doing, you are a marketer of, or a salesperson of, whatever that deliverable is. I know when I counsel with people in even like physical business kind of situations, Bob the plumber, he's not in the plumbing business. Plumbing is the deliverable. He's in the marketing and sales business of this deliverable, which happens to be, pipes and plumbing services and whatever, right? Because nothing happens till somebody buys something. So you think about this is what I think about a lot, is the battle for attention. I guess this is really what this comes down to, right? Is right now I'm looking at my calendar and I'm attempting to make this whole thing work, and I will. And if I just remember everything's temporary, there's going to come a point where I get on a plane and I come back and you guys see me here in this space and be like, yeah, guess what? We survived. Everything that got done, and we'll get more stuff done. Okay. So I just got to keep it in present time, not get so frantic about, oh, how am I going to manage that? Oh, I'm so overwhelmed and worried. Oh, I got to move stuff around. Oh, we need those people to reschedule, like all this frantic stuff. Because I'm very attached, obviously, and apparently, I'm very attached to making sure that when I sit down across the table or across Zoom or whatever with Ali, Suzanne, Mandy, Gail, right? Whoever the client is, let's say, or the group that I'm addressing, that I am present for them. So I get very attached to that. I have high expectations of myself. I certainly don't want to let these people down if they've been waiting for a week to meet me or something on the session, right? So that sort of a thing. So this is really a battle for attention that I'm experiencing right now with my calendar. And on a macro sense, it's also the battle for attention in the world of commerce and business and marketing. I mean, think about it. You sell widgets, nice. So do 10,000 other people. So now that you've actually captured someone's attention via your marketing, right? Bob the plumber, right? He places the ad in the newspaper or, the internet or whatever, and he attracts the attention of the person seeking expert plumbing services. Okay. Well, great. Now that you've impinged and attracted that attention, what are you going to do with it? Right? Oh, call now. Operators are standing by. Let's get on the phone. Oh, you got a problem? How about the free inspection, and let's show up and give you the estimate and let's solve your problem. Now, obviously, if it's a clogged toilet or something, well, assuming you can't plunge it out yourself, but you get the point, right? They're going to go ahead and they're going to get focused on that toilet and that customer, of course. But you don't want to lose the deal, so to speak, right? So now that you've impinged, now that you've attracted the attention, and that's the battle, that's the marketing, battlefield, right? Is attention. So now you've attracted attention. You've gotten some portion of this mildly interested person's attention. What are you going to do with it? This is again what I deal with a lot with consulting clients. It's like, okay, do you have like a sales funnel? Do you have some way to keep them in the conversation now that they've entered the conversation? Or let me put it this way: now that you've entered the conversation that was already going on in their mind, I've got a problem. I don't know how to solve it. And because of the keywords, the organic content, the video, the free report, the advertisement, the whatever it was that impinged on them because they're already in that conversation. Okay, now you've got their attention. What are you going to do with it? How can you keep them in that conversation to the point where they can make a relaxed and intelligent decision that will likely be them buying your products or services, whatever it happens to be? Now, some cycles are longer than others, right? Some people sell jet airplanes. Okay, private jet. How long does that cycle take? A year, 6 months, right? I suppose there could be some quick turnarounds on that. But I heard that the typical 7-figure earner who sells like Gulfstreams or something sells like one a year. Don't quote me on the stats. That's just what I heard. I don't sell Gulfstreams. Okay. But could you imagine that's a year-long sales cycle, and you probably got a couple of conversations working at that point. Okay. But you closed one this year. There's $1 million commission for you. But can you imagine the delayed gratification? Is anyone here selling Gulf Streams? Okay. So think of how many more cycles you can have, but can you take each one to a done and know that you did, because you were able to focus your attention to the point where you won, and so did the customer, and so did the client, whoever you're attempting to serve. You might have 20 cycles a day, and you may use lots of machinery. I was talking about sales funnels. That could also be e-commerce platforms, machinery that captures and maintains that buyer's attention to the point where they make a buying decision, add to cart. Okay. And then please don't abandon the cart. Please check out. Okay. But at some point, you see that cart abandonment, that's a reality, especially with these tiny little sales cycles that so many of us have, because we're not selling Gulfstream jets, right? So in fact, look, for myself, right? And this is something, this is just for me. Do with this what you want. But I like to practice deferred gratification. I like to add stuff, not to my cart. I'm talking about Amazon now. Okay. So I'm on Amazon and I got this idea. You know what? I wonder if there's any of these kind of things and what they would cost and what their availability is. And so I do some searches and I find the stuff. Oh yeah, I could use that. Add to list. I add it to my wish list. And there are things, there are things on my wish list for like a year. I mean, I don't need it right now. You know what? That's just on a whim. I'll add it to my wish list. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll just get like, motivated, or like I want to do some retail therapy or something. I'll just go to my wish list and I'll be like, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, check out, done. Right. Just because, I just had a good week. So let me go spend $50 on myself. I mean, sometimes it's like $10 items on my wish list. I don't need it right now. I got one thing on there. I think it's $6 because, the prices can go up and down, and Amazon will tell you, oh, this is lowered, 4% since you added it to the list. You want to buy it now. So that's Amazon attempting to keep my attention on the product, right? Again, it's a battle for attention. And I got one thing on there. I think it's a 4-pack of Sharpie Pro level, like carpentry and industrial grade felt tip, black magic markers, right? And it's not the normal ones. It's like the professional level ones. You can use them outside and write on wood and do whatever you want to do. I think it's $6.84 or something like that. I just, you know what? I still got a couple. I don't know if I need another 4-pack right now, but now I know where to get it. So, this is a weird idiosyncrasy that I have. My wife thinks I'm crazy. She'll just go buy. Same with my daughter, by the way. And so we had to put in some controls on that. It's like, no, you don't add stuff to mommy's cart, right? We created her own little wish list for her, and it's got like all kinds of stuff in there, which is instructive for me because let's say she's had a really good week, schoolwork, maintaining her room and what have you. I can go ahead and add to my cart, right? Because I got to go buy some, motorcycle parts or whatever. Yeah, why don't you send me that toy too, right? And then she knows that when Amazon comes and it says addressed to daddy, she has license to go get the little knife and open it up and see what's inside. Maybe something for her, maybe not. We'll find out, right? I was on a little bit of a shopping spree recently with actually motorcycle maintenance products, some specialty funnels for Harley Davidson, and just little plastic stuff. And anyway, little things. And so she wound up getting multiple packages addressed to me. This is actually while I was in Florida, and they were all like motorcycle parts. And she was like, oh, right. But then that one package came and it was like her toy. It was really cool. So what the hell are we talking about today? We're talking about the battle for attention. Internal. So me battling for my own attention with my agendas and attempting to do all the things that I've assigned to myself that I've assessed are important for me to be able to serve the public, my customers, et cetera, right? So there's an internal battle, and then there's the external battle for attention, which never ends. Okay, never ends. It's called marketing. It's called commerce, and you're in it. or you're not doing business, right? You got a hobby, fine. There's some perspective right there. So if your internal battle for your own attention and productivity is coming up against the external battle of, am I even really engaging in this whole marketing thing? I mean, I know I signed up to do this business, whether it's e-commerce or networking or whatever you're doing. Am I really giving the marketplace its due? Is there something I can do to impinge further, right, in this battle for attention? Because look, every single person here is enormously able. Like, I don't just think you are, I know you are, right? Super duper able. So let's go be able then. Let's go demonstrate that. Because if not you, then who? And I'll tell you who, all your competitors. And that's why people who get good in in this battle for attention, you kind of don't really have competition anymore. Assuming that you're ethical and you're delivering, abundantly to your public, your client base, your customers, right? That they're happy, they're pleased, they come back, they buy more, they buy bigger stuff, they refer their friends. Okay, great. So then you have full license, I dare say, a moral obligation to go win that battle. Because if they're not buying your stuff, well, look out there. Ralph Emerson said that your income will be based on 3 factors. Number 1 is the demand for what you do. And that's where marketing comes in. Okay, so let's go augment that demand for whatever it is we supply, right? So we've got supply, which is why we go to market, not to just try and get, but because we have supply that we are here to put forth into the marketplace. You can't give what you don't got. So let's go market, right? Let's put that out there. All right. So let's and thereby increase the demand for what we supply. Number 2 is your ability to do it or deliver it. How good is Bob the plumber at doing the pipe thing? Right? That's where your competence comes in terms of your deliverables. Okay. Happy customers, right? Which can also increase demand because now they're bringing their friends, right? Remember the impression of increase from Wallace Wattles? Even if you're selling a stick of candy to a kid, that kid leaves, his life is better having bought that stick of candy from you. That's the impression of increase, right? Everyone you touch, your life is better. You're the advancing man or woman, right? The impression of increase. So that's your ability to do it or to deliver it competently. And competence leads to what? Efficiency, right? Because the more competent you are, the faster you can go, right? You don't know how to drive, you're incompetent, you're going to be going really slow for a while. Oh, you're a race car driver? Watch out, right? Here he comes. Oh, he's gone already, that fast. Okay, so the demand for what you do, your ability to do it. And then number 3, the difficulty there would be in replacing you. And it's not difficult to look and see a lot of weekenders, a lot of part-timers, a lot of whatever, hobbyists, dilettantes. So you have nothing to do with number 3. It's not like you need to cut other people down or something. You just don't even notice. You don't even notice. Like, how many people can do what you do to that degree? I mean, once you've mastered something, right, you're exceedingly competent in an area which there is a demand and which you can actively augment through, some marketing effort, through some battle for attention. Okay. So let's say that you're among the best at what you do. I don't even notice the competition anymore. Right. So consider that for yourself. All of this requires that you put your attention on certain things and take it off of other things. Just like right now, your public, the people who could buy your stuff, they've got their attention on everything else right now. They're not as interested as you are in your product, your service, your offer. So we're going to impinge on that, and we're going to battle for a little bit of that attention. Then they get back to their lives and all the other things that don't include you. Am I making any sense? Emma's got to roll early. Later on e-commerce session, we will be on results versus performance, emotion versus clear e-commerce metrics. Thank you, Emma. That should be fun.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to go.
Okay, we'll go. Get out. Goodbye. We love you, Emma. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 8 p.m. British summertime. Thank you, Emma. All right, floor's open. So who has some ideas on this battle for attention. I know a couple of you do because I've witnessed it with a couple of you. And by the way, I'm impressed. I am impressed with you guys. Tell you one person I'm impressed with. I don't know if I'm going to put her on the spot, but her initials are Ivia Barnabas because she's awesome. But anyway, who's got some thoughts? Come on out. You know, we can impinge on my attention right now. Or we could just wrap up and see you guys on the e-commerce work group. It is your choice. Thank you, Ali, for letting me use you as the person I was leaning on there a little bit. I just saw Ali and I was thinking, you know what? If I was sitting across from Ali right now, I'd be focused on Ali. So I just did that. All right. So anybody, any thoughts?
Well, I think
It's Ali. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
All right.
It's very crowded out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's truly crowded. And we were talking this morning about where, cheap products, people coming in on e-commerce and taking your product and, selling it cheaper, and how we can get across our quality, because not everybody wants a cheap product. And so it's if you can make yours more quality, give that extra something to your customer, then you will find your customers. They will find you, and you can keep them. But it's tricky when you've got, certainly on e-commerce, where you've got equal products and you haven't made them, but just people are putting them on cheaper. How to get through that noise and that get attention in that sense.
Right. Well, you know what, Ali? I've seen Facebook advertising that is off platform, so like off of Amazon. Okay. But they take a video, they do a video of the product, which may be, 20,000 people selling the same product, but now here's the video and the impulse buyer on Facebook, let's say, right? And they click on the advertisement, which does not take them to Amazon. It takes them to the website where you've set up your shopping cart, right? And now it's, ali.com or whatever, but, and now it fetches a higher price. Ali's bringing up a great point, everyone, because this is the issue of commoditization, where I said you don't have competition anymore as long as you're not a commodity. Okay. So most of my experience in sales, marketing, and all that has been in the area of intangibles, right? So even if, and here's another idea. So see if this is instructive. Even if here's the widget, and I can go buy the widget for $20 over there, but this time you buy the widget and it comes with the video series on how to use the widget, the documents, the free downloadable book, right? The master class, something, right? And so now it's $100. Same physical product. I just fetched 5 times the amount because of the subjective value, the intangible value of all the other stuff you get when you buy the widget here, right? You don't get it all over there. I've seen people attempt to do this with physical products too, and I don't think it works as well. But if you have, let's say, this is for real, by the way, here's batteries. Okay, so like rechargeable batteries for your flashlight, and you can go buy them on Amazon. But some of the sellers on Amazon have, they've got their own label, right? So it's their brand of batteries. And when you buy it, you also get something like barely related, like a microfiber cleaning cloth or something. I'm thinking, the Chinese are giving these things away. Here, include the microfiber cleaning cloth with the bundle, and now you get, right? And so maybe that is more appealing to people. They're all around the same price, but I could use another microfiber cleaning cloth. Sure. So I think that one's that's kind of thin. Right? But the intangible value products, which is most of my life, right? Books, courses, coaching programs, you can't commoditize that. What's it worth? What's the paper worth? I don't know, $1 maybe. What's the information worth? $1 million. Great. Give me $100. Fantastic. Okay. So what do you think, Ali? Can you find some combinations like that, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, that makes so much sense. It's that perception of value. I mean, you want to give value, obviously, but yeah, it's increasing that something extra, isn't it? That they can see they can get.
Right. and it's not a
Yeah.
commodity, right? So like if you're coaching somebody, let's say you're an expert in some area, right? The use of widgets. Okay, great. That is worth whatever you say it's worth, right? The physical product, whatever. Yeah, we're going to use that to exchange money, but in fact, we're going to exchange more money because you're also getting me with it and the expertise. I always think in terms of how can you increase the use value. Back to Wallace Wattles, Science of Getting Rich. Okay, the use value, right? Here is what was the example he gave? So you show up in Baffin Bay and you somehow through salesmanship or whatever induce an Eskimo to buy the painting to exchange with you. Here's the painting that's worth $2,000 in standard society, but you take $500 worth of animal furs from the Eskimo. You might say, oh, wow, you gave away a $2,000 painting for only $500 worth of furs. But Waddle said, no, actually, you've beaten the Eskimo. You just robbed him because he has no use for that painting. So what's the use value? Now, right, if you exchange like a gun that's worth $10, this is back 100 years ago, okay? So let's say a gun that's worth $10 and you got, $100 worth of animal furs or whatever. You might say, oh, was that a fair exchange? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, so you got what you wanted, $100 worth of furs. They got a gun. You can go buy another one for $10, but right here, he can use that to get more furs and to feed his family and etc. Good exchange. Use value. The gun's more usable than the furs in this case. So that's stuff that we got to look at, and which I look at all the time, right? Because I don't sell hard product, like physical product. It's just not my world. Okay, so. Use value. Ali, and you don't have to share it right now. Maybe you will on our e-commerce work group at 3:00 Eastern, 8:00 your time, right? But what are you into? What are you getting traction with? And how else can you morph that or diversify that or cause that to not be a commodity, right? Like the price of oil today or in the next 15 minutes or whatever. It's the whole world agrees that's the price of oil. There's no way that's a commodity. You can't outsell that, right? Now an oil painting, oh, now we're talking, right? Anyway, Ali, any other thoughts? And then we're going to go to Ego.
Brilliant. Thanks, John.
You are so welcome. Where's my friend Ego? She's on here.
Hi, I am, but the video is not coming on. I'm covered in cold sores, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for the topic. I think it's kind of not. I think it's relevant in all aspects of our lives, whether it's personal or business, right? And that battle for attention could be physical or it could be digital, right? But coming back to your point on value, especially where you're not selling a product, where you're providing a service, and the point of having many competitors there. The way I look at it, or the way I would think about it, would be who my ideal customer is. The way I look at my ideal customer avatar. If I'm selling a service, then I'm speaking to, say, me of, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. So what challenge did I have then that I'm trying to help someone with? So that's my unique selling point, the fact that I have the experience, my personal experience through that challenge is what I'm selling to somebody else. So whilst a lot of the approaches may be the same, if I'm using a particular model, for example, or framework, the added value is my personal experience. So I would use myself from 2-3 years ago, whenever I went through the challenge, and use that experience to to kind of drown out the noise and gain the attention of my prospective clients.
Right. And relate to them and have them relate to you.
Exactly.
Right. This is the value of being able to extrovert and communicate with fully, to be there fully and engage with someone without distractions, to hear between the lines. So here's their words for what it's worth. Okay. But look at the emotional state, perceive that, perceive what they really want, what they're really talking about empathetically, right? Because in this case, Ego's referring to some area where she has had victory and where the, let's say the client is currently, seeking victory, right? So there's a much deeper level of understanding that can occur there if she's able to listen, right? Again, this is the quality of our attention. Where should that be? That should be on the customer. What are their wants and needs? Thank you,
Yeah.
Ego.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And we are intending a speedy recovery and everything, whatever is going on over there. So I'm sure you'll be done with
Thank
that
you.
very soon.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Hey, anybody else today, please feel free to come on out. We got a light crew here today as it is summer Independence Day here in the States, or we're celebrating it. It was yesterday. And hopefully you guys, at least those of you here in the States, got to eat some weenies and hang out, do the pool thing. Yeah, I see Mark, thumbs up. Okay, very good. We wound up going to, I don't see any other hands up, so I'll just end with this. We wound up going to see fireworks, which is traditional here. We went to a farm here in the extreme southeastern corner of the Phoenix metro area. And they got a farm out there. It's a working farm, but they do events, and they usually, set up like kiddie rides and all this. But it was a mob scene. Like the place was packed with people, and kids were running around with the glow sticks and launching some like glow stick helicopter things in the air, and babies running around. It was, God bless America, just awesome fireworks show. All right, everybody get out. Good luck getting out. That was it. That was the event. All right, my friends, we'll wrap up with that. Tune in with Emma, and I think Neil will be on there as well, our friend Neil Benison, for e-commerce work group, 8 p.m. BST, 3 p.m. EDT. And I will see you all tonight. Bring a friend if they want to, participate. First time ever, I'm going to be doing a book review on my own book. So again, jlsuccessmastermind.com/books. And that's how you can offer people or yourself, right? If you're here a member, you don't need this, but free access to the Monday night book study group. All they got to do is go buy the book. Unless our next book might be a free download if it's ancient, right out of copyright here. Here's the free PDF. So anyway, it's all in there.